Are you someone who reaches for a warm bowl of oatmeal every morning, thinking you're doing your body a world of good? Perhaps you've been told it's the ultimate heart-healthy breakfast, packed with fiber and goodness. And in many ways, that's absolutely true. Oatmeal can be a fantastic way to start your day. But what if I told you that this seemingly innocent breakfast staple, when combined with certain everyday foods, could actually be turning into something far less beneficial, potentially even slowing you down, causing discomfort, or silently contributing to issues you might already be struggling with? Many folks over 60 experience unexpected bloating, energy dips shortly after breakfast, or find their digestion just isn't quite right, and they can't put their finger on why. It's a painful reality for so many of us who are trying our best to eat well and feel great, only to be met with these frustrating symptoms. The secret often lies not in the oatmeal itself, but in the unsuspecting ingredients we're stirring into it. In this video, we're going to uncover 7 common foods that, when mixed with your beloved oatmeal, can actually hinder your health goals, cause digestive distress, or even make you feel worse. You might be surprised to learn what's on this list. Watch to the end for something that will truly surprise you and change the way you look at your breakfast bowl forever. Let's dive right into the first common culprit that often gets mixed into our morning oats. And it's something many of us have been doing for years without a second thought: dairy. Now, I know, milk or yogurt seems like a natural companion for oatmeal. Right. We've grown up with it, but as we age, our bodies often change. And one of the most significant shifts can be in how we process lactose, the sugar found in milk. Many people develop lactose intolerance, or at least a sensitivity, as they get older, meaning their bodies produce less of the enzyme lactase, which is needed to break down lactose. When lactose isn't properly digested, it can sit in your gut, fermenting and causing uncomfortable symptoms like bloating, gas, cramps, and even diarrhea. Imagine adding a highly fibrous food like oatmeal, which is already working hard in your digestive system, to a base of milk that your body is struggling to process. It's like putting a heavy load on an engine that's already sputtering. The combination can amplify digestive distress, making you feel sluggish and uncomfortable, rather than energized and ready for the day. Beyond lactose, some individuals find that the proteins in dairy, like casein, can be inflammatory, especially for those with existing gut sensitivities. This inflammation can silently contribute to a range of issues, from joint pain to general fatigue, masking the otherwise healthy benefits of your oats. So, what's a better alternative if you're experiencing these issues? There are so many wonderful non-dairy options available today: almond milk, soy milk, oat milk. Yes, oat milk with oatmeal can be a delicious and digestible combination, or even just water can be fantastic bases for your oats. You still get the creamy texture without the potential digestive fallout. Experiment with different unsweetened varieties to find one you love. The key here is listening to your body. If you notice persistent bloating or discomfort after your oatmeal with dairy, it's a clear signal to try a different approach. Simply switching your liquid base might be the easiest and most impactful change you can make to unlock the true benefits of your oatmeal and feel lighter and more energetic throughout your morning. It's a small adjustment that can lead to a significant improvement in how you feel daily. Now that we've talked about dairy, let's move on to the next surprising food that can turn your healthy oatmeal into a problem. The second food that often sneaks into our oatmeal and can turn it into a less than healthy meal is refined sugar, or excessive amounts of added sweeteners. I'm talking about that spoonful of white sugar, brown sugar, maple syrup, or even a generous drizzle of honey or agave nectar. While a little natural sweetness might seem harmless, the issue here is twofold, especially for those of us in our golden years. Firstly, adding a significant amount of simple sugars to your oatmeal, which is already a carbohydrate-rich food, creates a rapid spike in your blood sugar levels. When your blood sugar shoots up quickly, your body has to work overtime to produce insulin to bring it back down. This rapid rise and fall can lead to that notorious sugar crash, leaving you feeling tired, irritable, and even craving more sugar just an hour or two after breakfast. For older adults, who may already have a more delicate balance in blood sugar regulation, or be at risk for prediabetes or diabetes, these constant spikes are particularly problematic. They can contribute to insulin resistance over time, making it harder for your body to manage blood sugar efficiently and increasing your risk for long-term health complications. Beyond the blood sugar roller coaster, excessive sugar consumption, even from natural sources like honey or maple syrup when used in large quantities, can fuel inflammation in the body. Chronic inflammation is a silent enemy, linked to a host of age-related issues including heart disease, arthritis, and even cognitive decline. You're trying to start your day with something nourishing, not something that secretly contributes to systemic inflammation. So, what's the solution instead of relying on added sugars? Try to sweeten your oatmeal naturally and in moderation. Fresh berries, like blueberries, raspberries, or sliced strawberries, offer natural sweetness along with beneficial antioxidants and fiber, which helps to slow down sugar absorption. A small amount of unsweetened applesauce, a sprinkle of cinnamon, or even a tiny bit of vanilla extract can add flavor without the sugar hit. If you absolutely need a touch more sweetness, consider a tiny dash of a natural, non-caloric sweetener like stevia or monk fruit, but always in very small amounts. The goal is to retrain your palate to enjoy the natural, wholesome flavors of the oats and the fruits, rather than relying on an overpowering sweetness. This simple swap can make a huge difference in your energy levels, your overall well-being, and your long-term health. It helps you avoid those afternoon slumps and supports stable energy throughout the morning. And speaking of sweetness, the third item on our list often goes hand in hand with it, but presents its own set of challenges. The third item we often generously add to our oatmeal, thinking it's a healthy boost, but which can actually turn counterproductive, is dried fruit. Now, I know what you're thinking, but fruit is healthy, and yes, it is, in its whole, fresh form. However, dried fruit is a different story, especially when it comes to oatmeal. When fruit is dried, its water content is removed, which concentrates its sugars significantly. A small handful of dried cranberries or raisins can contain as much sugar as several servings of fresh fruit, and often without the same feeling of fullness because the volume is so much smaller. This concentrated sugar, even though it's natural fruit sugar, can lead to a similar rapid blood sugar spike as refined sugar, especially when combined with the carbohydrates in oatmeal. Your body responds to this concentrated sugar by releasing a surge of insulin. And as we discussed, consistent blood sugar roller coasters are not ideal for our long-term health, particularly for those managing or at risk for conditions like type 2 diabetes. Furthermore, many commercially dried fruits contain added sugars, and sometimes even sulfites, which are preservatives that can cause digestive issues or allergic reactions in sensitive individuals. For someone already prone to bloating or gut discomfort, these additives can exacerbate symptoms. The fiber content in dried fruit is also concentrated, but because the fruit is dehydrated, it can sometimes be harder for the body to process large quantities, especially when combined with the already significant fiber load of oats, leading to increased gas and bloating. Think of it this way: a bowl of oatmeal with a cup of fresh berries is very different from a bowl of oatmeal with a cup of dried cranberries or dates. The fresh berries provide volume, water, and a more gradual release of sugars due to their structure and water content. So, what's the healthier approach? If you love fruit in your oatmeal, stick to fresh or frozen fruits. They provide natural sweetness, more water content for better hydration, and their fiber is intact and easier for your digestive system to handle. If you absolutely crave dried fruit, use it sparingly, perhaps just a few pieces, and choose varieties with no added sugar or sulfites. Think of it as a garnish rather than a primary ingredient. A small sprinkle of chopped apricots or a few raisins might be fine. But a large scoop can quickly push your otherwise healthy breakfast into the realm of a sugar bomb, potentially leading to energy crashes and digestive upset, defeating the very purpose of starting your day on a healthy note. This simple swap can make your oatmeal much more gut-friendly and help you maintain stable energy levels throughout the morning. Next up, we'll explore another common oatmeal addition that might be sabotaging your efforts to stay healthy. Moving on. The fourth item that often finds its way into our oatmeal, with good intentions, but can sometimes cause more harm than good, is certain types of protein powders. It seems logical, doesn't it? Add some protein to your oats for muscle building and satiety, especially as we age and protein becomes even more vital. However, not all protein powders are created equal, and some can really clash with your digestive system when mixed with the high fiber content of oatmeal. Many conventional protein powders, especially whey protein, contain lactose, which, as we discussed earlier, can be a major digestive issue for a significant portion of the older population, even if you're not fully lactose intolerant. The concentrated dose of lactose in some whey powders can overwhelm your system when combined with a fiber-rich food like oats, leading to bloating, gas, and discomfort. Beyond lactose, some protein powders are packed with artificial sweeteners, gums, and other additives that can be incredibly irritating to a sensitive gut. These ingredients are designed to improve taste and texture, but they can cause digestive upset, inflammation, and disrupt the delicate balance of your gut microbiome for those trying to maintain a healthy gut. This is the last thing you want to introduce into your system first thing in the morning. So, what's the safer bet for adding protein to your oatmeal? Opt for whole food protein sources. A spoonful of natural peanut butter, almond butter, or cashew butter can add healthy fats and protein without the added sugars or problematic additives. You can also stir in a tablespoon or two of chia seeds or flax seeds. They swell up beautifully, add fiber, and provide plant-based protein and healthy omega-3s. If you absolutely prefer a protein powder, look for unsweetened, unflavored varieties. Ideally plant-based options like pea protein or brown rice protein, which tend to be easier on the stomach for many people. Always check the ingredient list for artificial sweeteners, gums, and unnecessary fillers. The goal is to get that beneficial protein boost without introducing ingredients that upset your digestion or contribute to systemic inflammation. Choosing the right type of protein and being mindful of those hidden ingredients can make all the difference in how you feel after your morning bowl of oats, ensuring it truly supports your health and energy. Now let's talk about another common oatmeal topping that can be surprisingly problematic. The fifth item on our list, which many consider a healthy addition to oatmeal, but needs careful consideration, is nuts and seeds, specifically. If they are rancid or highly processed, nuts and seeds are undeniably nutritious, packed with healthy fats, protein, and fiber. They can add a wonderful crunch and creamy texture to your oatmeal. However, the healthy fats in nuts and seeds, particularly the polyunsaturated fats, are highly susceptible to oxidation, which means they can go rancid over time, especially if exposed to heat, light, or air. Rancid fats don't just taste off, they can actually be harmful to your body. When you consume oxidized fats, they can contribute to oxidative stress and inflammation in your body. For older adults, who are already more vulnerable to oxidative damage, adding rancid nuts or seeds to your daily oatmeal can silently undermine your health efforts, potentially contributing to cellular damage and chronic inflammation. Additionally, some commercially available nuts and seeds are roasted in unhealthy oils or are heavily salted, adding unwanted inflammatory oils or excessive sodium to your otherwise healthy breakfast. So, how do you avoid this pitfall? Always store your nuts and seeds in airtight containers in a cool, dark place, or even better, in the refrigerator or freezer, to extend their freshness and prevent rancidity before adding them to your oatmeal. Give them a quick sniff. A bitter or paint-like smell is a clear sign they've gone bad. Opt for raw or lightly toasted, unsalted varieties. If you buy in bulk, purchase smaller quantities to ensure freshness. And remember, even healthy fats are calorie-dense, so moderation is key. A small handful, about a quarter cup, is usually plenty. This ensures you get the nutritional benefits without overloading on calories or introducing harmful compounds into your system. Being mindful of the freshness and processing of your nuts and seeds is a simple but powerful step in making your oatmeal truly beneficial for your well-being. Our sixth common food might surprise you even more, as it's often hailed as a health superstar itself. The sixth unexpected combination that can turn your oatmeal from a nourishing meal into a digestive challenge is citrus fruits or their juices. Many of us like to add a splash of orange juice or a few segments of orange or grapefruit to our breakfast for a zesty, fresh taste, especially thinking of that vitamin C boost. While citrus fruits are indeed wonderful sources of vitamins and antioxidants, their high acidity can sometimes clash with the components of oatmeal, especially if you're also adding dairy or have a sensitive stomach. When highly acidic citrus comes into contact with dairy milk, it can cause the milk to curdle, creating a less palatable texture and potentially leading to digestive discomfort for some, even without dairy. The strong acidity of citrus, particularly on an empty stomach when combined with the complex carbohydrates and fiber in oatmeal, can trigger or exacerbate acid reflux, heartburn, or general indigestion for sensitive individuals. For those who already experience issues like GERD or have a delicate digestive lining, this combination can be quite irritating, causing stomach upset rather than a comfortable start to the day. The goal of your breakfast should be to gently wake up your digestive system, not send it into overdrive with conflicting pH levels and heavy processing. So, what's the workaround? Enjoy your citrus fruits, but perhaps not directly mixed into your oatmeal. You could have a small glass of orange juice on the side, a little while after your breakfast, or simply enjoy a whole orange as a mid-morning snack. When it comes to fruit in your oatmeal, stick to less acidic options that are gentler on the stomach. Berries, sliced bananas, or diced apples are excellent choices that complement the texture and flavor of oats without causing potential digestive distress. This small adjustment can make a big difference in how comfortable you feel after your morning meal, ensuring your oatmeal provides steady energy without any unwanted stomach grumbles or acid reflux. And finally, let's uncover the seventh and perhaps most overlooked ingredient that can surprisingly disrupt your healthy oatmeal routine. Finally, the seventh and often overlooked factor that can make your otherwise healthy oatmeal a source of discomfort is an over-reliance on certain spices, especially when used in excess or if they are not fresh. Now, don't get me wrong, many spices are incredibly beneficial, packed with antioxidants and anti-inflammatory properties. Cinnamon, for example, is often recommended for blood sugar regulation. But, like all good things, there can be too much of a good thing, or the wrong kind of good thing for your unique body. Some individuals, particularly as they age and their digestive systems become more sensitive, can react negatively to large quantities of certain spices. For example, while cinnamon is generally safe, very large doses, especially of the cheaper cassia cinnamon as opposed to Ceylon cinnamon, contain coumarin, which can be problematic for liver health in high amounts. More commonly, though, some people find that too much of any potent spice, like ginger or nutmeg, or even a generous amount of typically mild spices, can cause digestive upset, heartburn, or irritate the stomach lining when combined with the bulk and fiber of oatmeal. This is particularly true if your digestive system is already a bit sluggish or prone to sensitivities. Just like with nuts and seeds, the freshness of your spices also matters. Ground spices lose their potency and can become stale over time, impacting their flavor and sometimes even their beneficial compounds. Using old, lackluster spices won't necessarily make your oatmeal toxic, but they certainly won't enhance its nutritional profile or taste as intended. So, how do you use spices wisely in your oatmeal? The key is moderation and quality. Use a small sprinkle of fresh, high-quality spices. Consider gentler spices like a pinch of cardamom, a tiny dash of vanilla bean powder, or even a very small amount of finely grated nutmeg. If you love cinnamon, opt for Ceylon cinnamon, which is lower in coumarin. The goal is to add a subtle layer of flavor and health benefits, not to overwhelm your digestive system. Listen to your body if a particular spice seems to cause discomfort. Even in small amounts, it might be a signal that it's not the best fit for your morning meal. Remember, it's about finding the balance that works for your unique body. So, there you have it, 7 common foods that, while seemingly innocent or even healthy on their own, can surprisingly turn your beloved oatmeal into a source of discomfort or undermine its health benefits when combined. We've talked about how dairy can lead to bloating and gas due to lactose intolerance that often develops with age, and how simple switches like unsweetened almond or oat milk can make a world of difference. We explored the pitfalls of refined sugar and excessive added sweeteners, which cause blood sugar spikes and energy crashes, and why natural sweetness from fresh berries is a much kinder option for your body. We then looked at dried fruits, which pack a concentrated sugar punch and can overwhelm your system, making a case for fresh or frozen fruits instead. We also discussed how certain protein powders, with their hidden artificial ingredients or lactose, can lead to digestive upset, and why opting for whole food protein sources like nut butters or plant-based proteins is a smarter choice. Then we touched on nuts and seeds, reminding ourselves that freshness is key to avoid rancid fats that contribute to inflammation. We also saw how acidic citrus fruits can clash with your stomach, especially when combined with oats, suggesting enjoying them separately. And finally, we just covered how even beneficial spices can cause digestive issues if used in excess or if they're not fresh, emphasizing moderation and quality. Remember, the goal here isn't to tell you that oatmeal is bad, quite the opposite. Oatmeal is a fantastic, fiber-rich food that can support heart health, digestion, and provide sustained energy. The magic lies in how you prepare it and what you choose to mix in. Small, thoughtful changes to your oatmeal routine can make a huge difference to your health and happiness. By being mindful of these combinations, you can transform your morning bowl from a potential source of irritation into a truly nourishing and energizing start to your day, helping you feel lighter, more vibrant, and more alive. Your body is a finely tuned machine, and as we gain wisdom and experience with age, we also become more attuned to what truly makes us feel our best. Pay attention to how different food combinations make you feel. Experiment with these suggestions and find what works perfectly for you. We'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Have you noticed any of these combinations causing you trouble? Or do you have a favorite healthy oatmeal combination that makes you feel amazing? Share your wisdom with our community. If you found this information helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more practical tips and insights to help you live your best life at every age. You deserve to feel fantastic every single day.